Do you feel the Salvation Army does enough for the LGBT community? My name is Jordan Wileman. Some of you may know me as Mr. Jord Wild for, well, reasons. My family belongs to the Salvation Army. From the day of birth, all I knew was the Army, from its creation by William Booth to the colours of salvation. When I was 7, I became a junior soldier, promising never to drink, to do drugs or sin, and dedicate my life to God. And that was pretty much my life, going to Sunday school, singing hymns, and just being a good Christian. As I grew up, my relationship with God faded away, and I never took the next step to becoming a senior soldier within the Army. My younger brother Joey would later take on becoming a senior soldier, and would be seen wearing those blue lapels and black tie. Everything seemed okay and normal, until my brother came out as gay.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair. I mean, I've been in the Salvation Army all my life, and I mean, you stopped coming for a long while. But if you wanted to go into soldiership, putting aside anything else, drinking or anything like that, if you wanted to go into soldiership, you could. And I couldn't. Just because of my sexuality. That's not fair. They loved me up until a point, and as soon as I came out, that changed. I then had less rights for something I can't help.
The Forest of Dean Army offers a horse program named Gleam, led by our mother, Captain Vivian Prescott. We decided to pay a visit to talk about Joey's situation. So early on, with Joey being the way he is now, did you see any signs when he was a child?
Well, apart from the time when he borrowed Abigail's ballet dress, perhaps, I don't know. But no, not really. I think we've always encouraged you boys to be who you are. Joey always found it a little easier to fit into things and to conform to things. So, which is really interesting that he now has the confidence to be who he is and to be gay and to speak out the way he does.
So Joey, you decided to step out of soldiership. Did you do this with the agenda that you're not supported as a homosexual?
No, I stepped out, and this was a while ago as well, because I wanted to experiment with things. I was only about 14. I mean, looking now, because of the stance of the Salvation Army, I would never go back to soldiership. One, because I couldn't, so I haven't really got a choice. And two, because they don't accept me or love me for who I am, even though I'm the same person as I was before.
So you're a member of the Salvation Army. How exhausting does it get with you being how you are within the Army?
Before coming out, it was exhausting. There's the whole stigmatism of marriage should be between man and woman, and that's how you're kind of raised in Sally Army. After coming out, though, it was less exhausting, if that makes sense. People just got used to it.
Have you ever been discriminated by a religious body at all?
Not like in a church or anything like that, but obviously you do get those people who stand on the street and like shout stuff from the Bible at you, which is pretty annoying, because I mean you wouldn't have one of those people saying, if you're black, go back to Africa. So why is it any different for if you're gay, you go and tell?
Yeah, there was one bad occasion where they were signing a petition to allow marriage here in the Salvation Army pub, as we call it, the Bird in Hand. And when they were signing it, they realised that the boxes weren't ticked to allow certain marriages, so heterosexual marriage, gay and lesbian marriage. And because of that, one of the ladies said to my mum or to our mum that, oh, I can't sign that because it could mean that someone who's gay can get married here under my signature, and I'm not having that. Not under my signature are they getting married. And I mean, it really hurt.
There's been attacks in general with the whole gay conversion thing. There was several years ago an attack in Australia where one of the ministers of the Salvation Army was saying that LGBT people should die.
So LGBT members should die,
yeah,
is what somebody from the Salvation Army said?
Yeah. The most Yep, that was 2009, 2010.
So part of filming this documentary is we've had to reach out to third-party people to get contacts. We've got an interview, we have an interview sorted, but 9 times out of 10, the people who we asked, I mean, it was sent to the leadership of the Salvation Army saying the request has been reviewed by the leadership, and nearly everybody said, I'm sorry, it would not be possible for me to be involved in this project. It's a pain because it's not like we're saying that you're wrong. We just want to talk to you. But thankfully we have an interview. We have an interview sorted, so it's probably best to go meet this guy and see what he has to say about it.
I think it's complicated. Publicly, they would hold a traditional view of man and woman being married. Therefore, that if anyone identifies as anything other than heteronormative, they would have to hold a celibate lifestyle.
So are there any armies that specialise within the LGBT community? What do they provide?
There's one in the Forest of Dean, and the Salvation Army there just provides an affirming church, which means that anyone can turn up and you'll be made to feel part of the family.
I would say we're supported, yeah, definitely, especially in the church that we go to. People are very accepting and interested in our relationship.
Time and time again, I'm ashamed at the language, the practice, the engagement, the disengagement from that community. And I know personally how that sort of behaviour has impacted the mental health, the mental well-being, the lives of people.
So this is your chance now. We are giving you the platform to look into that camera, and if you wanted to say anything to the Salvation Army, anything at all, what would that be?
I would say get your act together, because if I want to get married, surely I should have the right to get married just as much as anyone else. Get your shit together, like.
Being accepted was a saving grace in my church. I know for many cases it can't be, because people feel rejected, they then feel lonely, they then question everything, and it can lead down a very dark route. So if there's one thing, just accept. Just, get over the fact that people are people,
I just really hope and pray that we will one day find ourselves in a place where we are completely and 100% inclusive. I mean, I have got friends who are gay, and I was just visiting a couple last week who have been together for very, very many years. And one of that couple now, he's quite elderly and he's in hospital. And I went and visited them last week. And I sat in that hospital room and I watched the love and the commitment and the care between that couple. And I saw God in that. It was beautiful and it was godly. And I don't think anybody has the right to look at that kind of relationship and judge it as being less than wonderful.
I wanted to make this documentary to talk about subjects that no one is talking about. Whilst filming, I realised that the Salvation Army is not actually the one to blame here. It's the certain subjects within its walls. There is a conversation to be had here, and if you take anything away from this documentary, I hope it sparks that conversation. The conversation of helping those who no one listened to, just like we did in 1865.